We are living in the best age right now. Later on, I started to be more creative and I was thinking, okay, like I really like this idea to have a passive streams of income. Maybe you didn't know, but actually YouTube pays very well to its creators. And especially if your content is interesting enough. I mean, it's cool, people call it passive incomes, but I think you already know it is not so passive because you still have to invest your time, you have to invest many times your money, but you really have to spend time on the passive incomes, especially in beginning, in my opinion. I feel like there is endless possibilities when it comes to passive income. If you do something or you are expert in some field, it will come to you naturally and you will be super creative about how to create other passive streams. Don't put all of your eggs in one basket. When I was much younger, I had no idea about passive incomes. Probably just like any other kid or teenager my age that time, because I actually think the kids are so much more educated and smarter these days. It's my generation, but it came to me much later. I was just like working. I didn't really think about saving money. I was traveling the world. I was buying things I don't need. This was my way of living. But for some reason, I was always attracted to properties. There is many ways how you can make passive income, but ultimately passive income means you are making money while you sleep. This is the whole point of passive income. We are living in the best age right now. It is completely different age of technology. There is so many new creative ways how to make more money. Here I can mention crypto, drop shipping. You can create your own online business. My first passive income started with buying property. My whole idea of this passive income was that I will buy this property and I will rent it out, so I always have some cash flow. And later on I started being creative. I was thinking, okay, so what is next? What is next for the passive income? But for me, honestly, it came naturally. Even to buying property, it was always something at that time when I bought it that I was really attracted to, but I was thinking long term. Because I always saw the value in the properties. After time, if the value went up, I have this thinking that people always want to or have to live somewhere. Plus, there is study income every month, depending how long you sign the contract for. So I always know every month there's going to be money on the account. Later on, I started to be more creative and I was thinking, okay, like I really like this idea to have a passive streams of income. So I was thinking, because I'm an artist and I noticed that all of the other passive incomes, what came to me or into my life, which I created, was through my art. Another passive income was that I started to have my own clothing brand and my merchandise. My clothing brand name is ITA Los Angeles, Ivana Tattoo Art Los Angeles. I started to do merch, I created online business. Again, this way I could sell worldwide now. And I don't have to have a physical shop, which is way more difficult in my opinion. Because I was really successful artist in my career, I started to have lots of sponsorship or lots of collaborations, which again, I signed a contract, let's say for a particular amount of time, and during this contract I got paid, and sometimes I got paid royalties or licensing rights. Because I had to create some sort of content to come with these collaborations, I started my own YouTube channel. Maybe you didn't know, but actually YouTube pays very well to its creators. And especially if your content is interesting enough. The most beautiful part about all of these passive incomes was that, yes, I was very aware that I want to create some passive incomes because I did it intentionally, but it came so naturally to me and everything was so tied to my art that it was almost effortless for me to do it and to continue with this. I didn't pick some sort of industry I don't understand about, like for example, I'm not going to pick stocks or hosting some websites or anything like that because I do not know anything about it. I only pick things what was naturally tied to my business or to my art. Few years back, crypto came into my world. And I was also very attracted to that because I always like this idea of future or how is everything changing. It's very important to be flexible and it's very important to be open-minded. So another passive stream of income for me was crypto. During my career, I also wrote 2 books. The first book's name is Narcissistic Rockstar and the second was Just Love, Tattoos and Sushi. Beautiful part about these books is that I don't have to have it only on my e-shop, but I can actually now put it to other different stores and I can sell worldwide through many different sites. For example, like Amazon. Creating book is actually a really good idea because you can have it in digital form or you can have the actual book. All you have to invest to create your book is your time. This is going to be your only investment. What is also amazing about creating your own book, let's say if you don't want to spend any money by printing it, you can always just invest your time and have it in the digital form on Amazon. Dropshipping is absolutely fabulous. I have my own products and I use this method of the dropshipping where I have my own products underneath my brand, but there is somebody else making it for me and doing all of the logistics. Again, all I have to invest is my time. Passive incomes is not just really like so passive as you think because you still have to invest so much time. Obviously, you have to invest also some money depending what you are doing. But the great thing is, let's say that some of the passive incomes can last you for years. I mentioned here memberships. Memberships are really great streams of passive incomes you can create based on your knowledge. For example, me as a tattoo artist, I can create tattoo videos. I can teach other people different techniques. I can teach them everything what I learned during my career as a tattoo artist about tattooing. I mean, it's cool, people call it passive incomes, but I think you already know it is not so passive because you still have to invest your time, you have to invest many times your money, but you really have to spend time on the passive incomes, especially in beginning, in my opinion. Be super creative. There is so many options for passive incomes. I feel like there is endless possibilities when it comes to passive income. If you do something or you are expert in some field, it will come to you naturally and you will be super creative about how to create other passive streams. But it doesn't mean that if you are not expert or you don't have any special trade or anything what you can offer, you can always study, learn about passive incomes and pick something what you would like to do. I would definitely encourage young people to study a little bit about passive incomes or ask around, study other people who does passive incomes already, because the sooner you start, the better. The whole point of having financial freedom when you are older is that you have to learn how to make more money from the money you already have. You can start even from $10 if you like. It doesn't mean now that you have to be super rich or you have to save lots of money. Like for example, I save for my first investment property. You can even start from $10. You can always find a way how to double, how to triple money. In schools, they don't teach you probably about passive incomes, but it is your responsibility to take care of your own life and make the best out of it. Very important is also to have a little bit broader portfolio. I would say don't put all of your eggs in one basket. I really like that I have money put in all different directions, not in just one. Because if anything happens, you always have all of these other streams. And very important thing what I also notice about passive incomes or all of these different streams, the more you have, the better. Because if something happens with one, you really feel it. With anything what you do actually. Imagine you have one investment property or you have hundreds of them. If something happened to that one, you will be destroyed. But if something happened, out of that 100, you will be completely fine. You won't even feel it. And that's how the balls start rolling. The more you have, the better. So I hope you start as soon as possible. Be creative, sit down, write down on the paper what kind of passive income or what would you be passionate about. And like I said, if you don't have any expertise, just think, look around, be aware what other people do. You can do exactly the same, just follow the steps. It's absolutely amazing. Imagine that you don't have to divide your time with money. I think actually it's the worst idea. The idea is you making money while you're sleeping. Imagine you can travel all around the world and you always have money, so you don't have to be physically somewhere at work and divide your time to get some money. Day has only 24 hours. There is probably 8 hours you need to sleep out of that day. You still have to divide your time, to spend your family or friends or on yourself. So there is not much time when you divide time and money. There is not much actually you can make. Even if you make $1,000 per 1 hour, you're still very limited by time. If you like this video and you think it can help also somebody else, please share it with others, smash that like button and subscribe for my YouTube channel.